Well, hello and welcome everybody. I'm Max Riggs. I'm a dynamic change facilitator or a dynamic change coach. And what that basically means is I help people change things that normally either aren't changeable or they normally take a long time to change, and we can change them really quickly. And so one of the ways I do that is through energetic tools and helping us both to, or help myself and my clients drawing on both of our magics. So one of the things that when I'm working with people, I'm not just using my magic, I'm tapping into their magic as well. So that's one of the things I'll be asking you to do today on this call is tapping into your own magic. And when I'm doing things like with another person, clearing things, just ask for your magic to turn up and ask for your magic to help change the things that you would really like to change. Whew. Okay, so everything that you would really like to change, and all of those that we can just like easily start changing right here, right now, because we're in this space where things just naturally change, things are nurtured, and things just change. Do we choose just to go ahead and change everything that we can just easily change because we're in this space right now?
Yes, I choose that.
Oh, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Wow. And so this webinar today is about speeding your body's natural healing abilities. And so all of our bodies have these pretty amazing healing capacities where we can heal, where our bodies can actually heal really fast, actually quite a bit faster than most of us usually allow our bodies to heal. And there are a lot of reasons why we don't have this full access to how easily and how quickly our bodies can heal things. So the reason for this call is one of those ones I've always wanted to do, but I really haven't had the reason to bring up health issues and start with, and basically have this call. But so what happened was last month, I had a really serious medical condition. So what it was is acute prostatitis. So the prostate is one of the not talked about glands in the male sexual system. And what's really interesting around that is all the things that came up. So I was basically bedridden and would have been in the hospital if my mom hadn't come down from 20 minutes away and stayed with me. And when I was in that space, I really got a bunch of stuff around how hard it is for people when we've been dealing with a serious medical condition, a serious illness, whether it's even just one that's going on for a short time, but it's really disabling our bodies, or if it's one of those ones we might have had for years, and it's just like there's this really disempowering feeling from all that. And so when I was looking at all the things that I could do to speed my healing, and I was using all the tools I normally use and teach in my classes, and I was running audios that I have, I was seeing, and there was also going, okay, there's some things I really want to do to help support me the next time I get ill, because I couldn't really do anything for a month. I was basically off everything. And I don't want that to happen again. And the same time is there's so many people from the little quiz that I put out with the first email that have serious medical conditions or serious health conditions that prevent them from doing things that they would really like to do. And I'm looking at that and going, okay, it's time to change that. And what can we do to change that? Ooh. So everything that brought up, do we choose just to go ahead and release and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Whew. Yeah. And all the medical conditions that you would like to change on this call, that you've already decided that we cannot change on this call. Do you choose to destroy and then create and release and
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Wow. And everything else that's just up around this and everything that we've tapped into from everybody else, do we choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes. Whew. I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Whew. Yeah, and what's really interesting is there's kind of like three main areas that I've found that kind of really lock in our health conditions from changing. And the first one is all the things we bought from other people about what our condition means. Woo! So everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Woo. Yeah, because it's one of those things is when someone else tells us something about what they think our medical condition means, or they tell us what happened to them, or when we're talking to our doctor or some other called expert, they have some information that's helpful, but they also have a lot of information that's not helpful. Whoa, so all the non-helpful information that you bought around what you're trying to change.
Oh, yeah.
To destroy and create all that.
Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Woo. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Woo. Yeah, and I probably should say that I support the medical profession for what they do, and I was really grateful that I had access to medical care when I was going through my prostatitis, because I required that. If I didn't have the medical condition, I might have actually died. So the part is their medical profession does some things really well, and they also do some things not so well. So anything preventing you from using medical experts, medical advice, doctor's advice to your advantage, and leaving everything that they tell you that's not to your advantage. Well, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose
Yes,
that.
I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Yeah, because it's one of those things is like when we're a patient or we're talking to somebody about a condition we're trying to change, we're trying to get all the information we can from them. And because we're these energetic beings, and because we can grab more information than most people think is possible, we grab how long they think it's going to take you to get better. We grab all the judgments they have about us, and we have all the judgments they have about them. Whoa, whoa. So everywhere you grab the judgments the medical professionals had about themselves, and you brought them into you, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose
Yes, I
that.
choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Wowza. Yeah. And for some of you that don't know me, I allow my body to dissipate energy and to respond to energy in any way my body chooses to. So sometimes it might look like I'm uncomfortable or I'm having pain, but it's actually how my body reacts and moves energy. And it's actually pretty good. Sometimes it can be kind of embarrassing if people see me flapping my hands when I'm walking down the street. But otherwise, yeah, it's one of those things that I invite my body in to help me when I do my energetic clearings. Ooh. So yeah, so all your bodies, you also invite them to help you when you're doing clearings and you're looking to change things that you would think bodies don't have any access to.
Yes, I choose that.
Whoa, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. And so everything that you decided that your body could not help you with, that your body can actually help you with, you choose to destroy and then create everywhere you told your body not to help you with that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Whew. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Whew. And then one of the other things is when our bodies are having a health concern, it's really easy for us to make our bodies wrong. So everything that just brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh, dissipate. Oh, let's do this other one. So all the drugs, alcohol, chemicals, medicines, allergens, toxins, and emotional residue, dissipate, 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 discharge, 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 drain, and flush. And so one of the other things that I play with a lot in clearings is doing a physical representation of the energetic change I'm looking for. So that's one way to bring my body into it. And it's also another way to bring more magic, more of our magic. Because like when you ever see like in a movie, the wizards or the witches are doing things, they're casting spells, they're moving their hands, they're tapping into the energy. What if you can do that too? So that's another part that I'm doing with playing with this is like when I was doing that drain and flush, I was reaching down and pulling up 2 big drain plugs, kind of like you're pulling the drains on a bathtub or something. And that just also helps to create that energetic change, that flushing, that draining. Whew, okay, so everything that you can now change, and everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Okay, and let's pull this one in. So everywhere that wizards are cool and witches are bad.
Oh.
Woo, woo. Do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Woo, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and so everywhere witches have been given bad names in media and the world, do we choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes.
Yes, I choose
Ooh,
that.
yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo! Yeah, because I am a wizard and I'm also a witch. You know, so I respond to either of those, and it's weird. There's still some charge on that. So all the charge that, okay, so everywhere that witches are evil, ooh, and everywhere witches are not doing God's work, everywhere witches are against God. Ooh, wow, there we go, against God.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wowza. Do we choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, wowza. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh.
Ooh.
Whoa. Yeah, and so how much access can you have to your magic if you've decided that a witch is evil or a witch is not doing God's work? Everything that is, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Wow. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy,
Vaporize.
liquefy. Woo. Okay. So yeah. So everything you bought from all the media about what witches are, everywhere you bought that most witches are wicked, like the Wizard of Oz witch. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Whew. Wowza. And yeah, and that's interesting is like for I've kind of really noticed about how witches are portrayed so negatively and with so much actual like racism in movies. For a while, I had the hardest time watching many movies because they were just making all witches, evil and gross. And, it was just like, wow, how can, what is up with that? So, yeah, so everywhere that people are trying to control you, to control your magic, to prevent you from using your magic to change you and your magic from changing the world. Wow, it's more for that. Wow, cool. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
I choose
I
that.
choose that.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah, so it's one of those things that we'll also talk about a little bit more, is that you being the full you that you can be, is what's required to change the world. And actually you just being you changes the world, whether that's what you're trying to do or not. So everything that brought up, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yes, I choose
Yes, I
that.
choose that.
Vaporize,
I
liquefy,
choose that.
vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. And so now's probably a good time to talk about some of the other forces that are messing with our health. Because it's kind of tied together. So I've noticed that there are energetic forces in the world that make it more difficult for us to choose what we would really like to choose. Now, these energetic forces, people can call them entities, demonics, aliens, gods, or things like that. That may be important in some circumstances, but for the main part, I just look at as there's other forces in the world that we're not normally aware of that make it harder for us to do certain things. And they don't prevent us from doing things. They're not more powerful than us. how I've been looking at it lately is these energetic forces are kind of like peer pressure. You know, your friends, if they really want you to do something, they're not really forcing you to do it, but it's harder for you to not do it. So everything that brings up and lets down, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Whew, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Oh. And the other part that I play with is that you are always stronger than any energetic force that's messing with you. Whew. So everything that brought up and let down, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And some of this stuff, like I said, you're stronger than any energetic force that's messing with you. If you've been really messed with by a lot of these forces, it can feel like you're smaller than those forces. And it can feel like you don't have power. Whoa. So everything that's bringing up for people, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Wowza. Yeah. And the other part is those energetic forces often tell you that they're stronger than you. You know, it's just one of those ones, and we listen to them because we've been hearing them for a while. So everything that is, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy.
Can we clear that for actual live embodied people as well?
Oh, all the okay. Yeah.
All the
and so
people in your family or
gotcha. Yeah. And so this is one I was chatting about a little bit yesterday, is that no one can energetically force you to do something you don't want. Somebody can kind of physically do it. So if somebody actually is bigger and stronger than you, they can pick you up and move you, you know, so they can point you in that way. Or if you're a little kid, your mom can kind of make you do something you don't want, clean your room or something like that. But where we are now is we are the strongest beings controlling our own lives. Woo. So everywhere that you are not the being controlling your life, that other people have more influence in the things you do or the things you choose than you, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
I choose that.
yes,
Yeah.
I choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy.
And all the manipulation
Yeah.
from other people or other entities.
Yeah.
Live.
So yeah, I want to hit that again about the family part. Yeah. So all the control, all the power you gave to your family, or that your family had when you were young, that you haven't yet brought back, you haven't claimed your power. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Ooh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and then another part that one I've been doing is clearing general manipulation around a whole bunch of stuff. That's something Jaden Fox originally taught me how to do. And so we'll just do that. So all the unknowable, unspeakable, untouchable, undetectable, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, disinformation, energy fog, cloaking, and all manipulation around you and all manipulation around everyone you know, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo-woo. Wow. Yeah, and manipulation is just one of these terms that we use for all the kind of forces and energies that are kind of out there. And yeah, and then when we're clearing things or bringing up big issues or things that people really don't want to talk about or they seem kind of scary, there tends to be more manipulation that we need to clear. Okay. So, and everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yes, I
I
choose
choose
that.
that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh, wowza. Cool. Oh, and the part, yeah, what was I getting to with all this? That was like when we have a health condition, we potentially have a couple things that, you know, we have the beliefs we have that, you know, we talked about like the doctors, or we can talk about our own beliefs. Ooh. So all the beliefs that you have about what your medical condition, health condition means, that it doesn't mean, and everything you decided that your medical condition doesn't mean, that it actually does mean. Ooh, do we choose to destroy and then create?
Wow.
Let that go.
Yes.
Choose that, yes.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Dissipate, 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 release, 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 discharge, 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 drain, and flush. Whew. Wow. Yeah. And the thing is like all these beliefs that we have limit our ability to just move through it. Because when we decided something, it locks it down. It prevents the energies from moving. And yeah, so we talked about that. And then the other part is like the energetic forces. So how I kind of look at stuff, one of the things I approach in my general work is if there's something that we can't change, it's not because we're not strong enough, we're not good enough, we're not powerful enough. It's that there's parts of it we don't yet have access to. So everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah. Woo. Okay. Dissipate, dissipate, dissipate. Yeah. So everywhere you've been making yourself wrong for things you cannot change when you actually didn't have full access to change those things. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and then the other part that's kind of cool about this is what can bring up some stuff for some people is when I say that you don't have access to it, you know, that can be, oh no, I don't have access to it. But actually that's a cool thing because you have full power in everything related to you, the being. And so if there's something you don't have access to, but you've been trying to change it, you're trying to change something you can't change. But if you don't have access to it or it's something else's that you're trying to change, you can kick it out. So everywhere you've been trying to change something that because it's not yours, it belongs to something else that you can't change it. And you've been making yourself wrong for not being able to change it. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose
Yes,
that.
I choose that.
Oh, yes, I choose that. Oh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Yeah, but so the thing is if it's something else's, we can't change it. It's basically the whole idea about you can't change someone else's point of view. If someone else decides, you know, they don't like, yeah, if someone else is a member of a different political party than you are, you can't just go up and start talking to them and change it. They're going to keep their opinion. And that's kind of the same thing about the things we're trying to change. We can't change somebody else's opinion. We can't change something else that we don't own, but we can kick it out. Ooh, so everything that you've been trying to change that doesn't change, that you can just kick out because we have this new information, this new awareness, do you choose just to go ahead and just kick all that stuff out?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I
Give
choose.
him the boot.
Woo, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo,
It's gone.
yeah. So cool. And so one of the parts that I was getting about is like when we have an illness and our body is a little weaker or our body has a discomfort in a certain area, that also potentially can allow non-contributive forces such as bacteria and viruses, or even energetic forces such as entities and other kinds of energetic beings to move into that area. Whoa, okay, cool. And so all the places that there are energetic beings messing with you or messing with your body, do you choose to kick all of them out now?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I choose that. Freeze,
Yes, I choose that.
tap down, freeze, freeze, tap down, freeze, pre-scan all, pre-tag all, pre-ID all, pre-encapsulate all. Oh. And where were we, the infinite being? And where were we, the infinite body? At their creation, assembly, modification, gilding, source, inception, or other. Freeze, type down, freeze, pre-scan all, pre-tag all, pre-ID all, pre-encapsulate all. Whoa. Whoa. And the inalienable prime creator, please remove all these entities, demonics, beings, doings, gods, others, and everything else associated with these, and do it now, please. Thank you. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Oh, yeah, so that was a combination. So that plus, so basically when I was working to speed my healing, and I think I said that I sped it by at least a couple days, if not a couple weeks, by using these energetic tools. So using the Western medicine tools, the diet, the antibiotics, I was using those in addition to the energetic tools that I'm talking about, clearing the beliefs I had. And so for me, one of the things about my condition, the male prostate gland, it's one of the places where we hide stuff. We hide, or men hide their sexuality, the things that they're not receiving in their world. And it's one of those parts where, I mean, women have similar things about their bodies where they're hiding it. So everywhere that your sex organs are hiding, holding on to things that you're not willing to look at or you haven't yet chosen to look at. And everything that brings up, do you choose just to destroy and then create everything that brings up?
Yes, I choose that.
Oh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So one of the other parts that I was looking at this is what kind of awareness or what kind of gifts might this illness have for me? So everything that brings up, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And that can be really hard for me to look at, and it's probably hard for other people to look at too, is there something in this health condition that could be a benefit to me? Yeah, so all the unknowable, unspeakable, untouchable, undetectable, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, disinformation, energy fog, cloaking, and all manipulation around you and all manipulation around everyone you know, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah, and that's a big one because if there is some sort of benefit or value from this and we're not willing to look at it, that can keep the condition from changing. So everything that brought up and let down, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so another thing in the work that I do is I'm willing to look at anything. And it's often like some of the questions that I ask, sometimes they can make people kind of upset or going, like, oh, you're blaming the victim for having this condition. And it's like, no, it's not. If I could change it just instantly, I would. But if there is something that we potentially can learn from this, then if we look at that, we can potentially make some huge changes or have some huge awarenesses about our being and what our life is and what we can create. So everything this is bringing up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that now.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so for me, when I was looking at my condition, what I really saw was I wasn't asking for what I really needed. I'm a healer and I have all these empowerment tools, so I can handle a lot of stuff. So when I was around people that had other issues, I was like, oh, well, they have more issues than I do and they have a harder time. So I'm always going to be giving to them. I'm not going to be asking for what I want. Whoa. Yeah. So everywhere you're not asking for what you would want or what you would like or what you even need, do you choose to destroy and then create everywhere that you cannot ask for something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah, and because sometimes our bodies tell us stuff like that too. They're like, okay, well, you're working me too hard, but the only way I can rest is to be sick. That was something, yeah, okay, whoa, there we go. So everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Whew. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah, because I used to notice that because I had a full-time job and I had a house that required a ton of work. So I would come home from my full-time job and then work till I was exhausted. And, I could do that for a certain amount of time. And then my body would just get sick. So my only choice was to come home and lay on the couch or call in sick. Whoa. So everything that brought up for everybody else, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Yeah. Whew. Whew. Okay. And let's see. Let me grab a couple more things in here. Oh, okay. Woof. Whoa. Okay. I'm just stepping into that. Okay. And so the other part is when we're ill, when we're sick, um, we're kind of using all the energy that we have, all the energy we can get from food, and all the energy we can get from our fat reserves to heal, fight off this illness, and then even just to stay alive. So I think, probably all of us have had an experience when we were so ill, we barely could do anything. I mean, for me, when I had this experience last month, I was so ill that the next step down was going to be unconsciousness. And that was really scary. So everything that brought up for everybody else, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so what I got about that is we all have these energetic connections or even just physical connections where we're supporting others. So if you have a family, a partner, or somebody that requires your support, you're giving that support to them. Whew. Gotcha. Yeah. And so the other part that I was getting is that we're also energetically supporting them. And these are connections where we're actually sending energy to other people. Whew. Okay, so everything that brought up for everybody, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah. I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And some of these connections are one we've actually chosen to do. Like if we have a loved one that we always want to be connected to, or a loved one that needs more nurturing support, we can just have an energetic connection to them. I mean, and then you could also think that, there's always a thought. You always have a thought of them in your head. But what I was really getting, though, is that we're sending these people our energy. And then when we're in a place where we need all of the energy for ourselves, these connections, which we were just sending off normally, can really be draining us when we have like this really limited reserve. Whoa. So everything this is bringing up for everybody, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Whoa. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Okay. And then there are the other connections that we have that we don't necessarily even know about. They can be from previous lifetimes. They can be other people that we tapped into at one time we still have a connection with. Whoa. Okay, cool. So all the non-contributive energetic connections that you have between other people, beings, or energies, do you choose to now sever, disconnect, to remove all those non-contributive connections?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Woo. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and I think some people, I wasn't quite clear about that. These weren't the people that you're really caring about or that you're actually thinking about. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're not removing those. Okay. So all those ones that you would have removed if you didn't think that I was going to remove the connections you want to keep, do you choose just to go ahead and just automatically remove them?
Yes.
Ooh, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so the energetic connections we have with people that we really care about, that we really want to have, we can choose to do things with that. So for example, if you're really in a tough care situation where you need all your energies, you can choose to disconnect those temporarily. So all the ones that would be a contribution to you to temporarily disconnect. And the nice thing about being the energetic beings we be is if we disconnect the connection with somebody, we can also reconnect it later. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. So all the connections that you thought you had to keep going all the time, that you actually don't have to keep going all the time, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I
Yes,
choose
I choose that.
Whew. Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Yeah. And so that's one of the ones that I was playing with because, when we have like so little energy, even giving somebody else a little bit really hurts us. Well, yeah. And so everywhere it's not okay for you to hold on to, for you to have your own energy when other people need energy, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Oh, yes, I choose that. Oh, wow. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Whoa. And everything that you can change around being a healer, that's not a contribution to you being a healer. Yeah, so all the non-contributive things you've decided being a healer means that being a healer doesn't mean. Do you choose to destroy and then create and release and let all that go?
Yes,
Yes.
I choose
Yeah.
that.
Whew. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And everywhere that you always have to heal other people, even if healing somebody else drains you or causes you discomfort. Woo. Wow. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, so all the oaths, vows, familialties, communalities, swearings, bindings, bondings, hexes, and curses you made to always be a healer, to always help others. Yeah, and then what we're doing with this is we're just changing it the always. We're removing the always part. So you still can be a healer. I'm a healer. But the place where you always have to be a healer and you always have to help people. So that's the part we're changing. Yeah, so everywhere, all the oaths, vows, familialties, communalities, swearings, bindings, bondings, hexes, and curses you made to always be a healer and to always help people, even if that causes you discomfort. Do you choose to destroy and then create everywhere that you always have to do that?
Yes, I choose
Yes,
that.
Yes, I choose that. Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and then create, make null and void, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. You're a free will being in a free will body. You're a free will being in a free will universe. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Whew. Wow. Yeah. And so that's one of the ones where I have another video on clearing issues around being a healer. Because when we're people that are healers, we have this amazing capacity to heal people. But because of that, we've also been locked into this bind that we have to heal people. And when you can step out of that place of having to heal people, you're able to have a lot more capacity as a healer to help the people that really do desire your healing, and to have healing be a contributing force to your body and not be draining your body. Whoa. So everything that brought up and let down, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. And that also reminded me of something. There was actually a person that wanted to come over, or there were a couple people that wanted to come over and help me. But one of the things is because I'm such a healer and I knew that they needed healing, I didn't want them to come by me because I was worried that my body and I were going to give them more, just go ahead and heal them, give them more energy. So everywhere your body and your being just naturally give people the energy that they require, even if it's a disservice to you and your body. Whoa. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Whoa. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. And I think that's also a way that people have been, governments and stuff and other forces have been trying to keep us healers down, is by making us always have to heal people or having us agree that we always have to heal people. Because if you don't have access to your full power, you can't start creating the change that you would really like in the world. And everything that is, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Wow. Okay. Whew. So I've really been going on about a lot of stuff in this, and I know I can be kind of intense. So do people have some questions? Oh, let's see. What was that? Okay. I was checking the little chat room. Okay. Yeah. So everywhere your body's being disrupted, it's being corrupted to create things that are not a contribution for your body. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh. And everything that your body is trying to tell you around this condition, and everywhere that your body is having a hard time communicating and you're having a hard time communicating with your body, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Woo. Ooh. Yeah, and all the unknowable, unspeakable, untouchable, undetectable, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, disinformation, energy fog, cloaking, and all manipulation around you and all manipulation around everyone you know, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Wowza. Yeah, right. And so all the misinformation and hidden and cloak things around this condition. Yeah, do you choose this one? Create, release, and let all that go?
Yes,
Yeah,
I choose that.
vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Yeah, and anything that's preventing your body from changing this faster than you thought possible, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
choose
choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Wowza. Yeah. And everywhere, let's change that. So everywhere that you've decided, judged, concluded, and computed that this condition cannot change, or that it cannot change fast, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Whew. Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Okay, let's try that one. Yeah, and so anything preventing your condition from changing faster than you think possible, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes, I choose
There
that.
we go. Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so that was just one of the examples about how if we try to change something and it doesn't change, it means that we don't have access to it or access to a part of it. Because that one, it's like, why wouldn't we want to change things that would allow our bodies to heal faster? But if we've already decided that we couldn't do that, we have to clear that part first. Yeah. Woo. So everywhere you made yourself wrong for not being able to clear something when you actually had to clear something else first. Okay. So, all right, we're getting a whole bunch of weird stuff going on there. Yeah. So anything preventing what I'm saying from empowering you, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew, okay. Yeah. And so everywhere that there's always something you have to clear before you have to clear something else, do you choose to destroy, then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Cool.
Yes,
Vaporize,
I choose
liquefy,
that.
vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And anything preventing you or everywhere you've made yourself wrong for not being able to change something when you actually just needed to change something else first, do you choose to destroy and then create everywhere you're making yourself wrong around that?
Yes,
Yes, I choose.
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And so what? Okay. So what energies would your body like to receive that would be a contribution to change this condition? And what I do with that is just put my hand on my heart, and I also put my hand on my belly, but it can be anywhere else, and just ask for the nurturing, contributive energies that your body would like to receive. Receive.
Receive all the
Receive.
nutrients.
Receive. Whew. Nice. And one of the cool things we can also do is when we have a group of people together is we can ask, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask your infinite being. And so your infinite being is the most amazing person that you think you could possibly be. And actually it's thousands of times better and more impressive than that. And I'm going to ask just your infinite being to share what you know about everybody else's health concerns on this call that if you shared with them would allow their health condition to change. And everybody has something that adds to this. And you don't have to know what that is. You just ask for that information to pass to the person or people on the call. So, yeah. So I'm asking all your infinite beings to share the information you know about everyone else's health concern that they would like to change. I like to ask you to gift that to them. And at the same time, simultaneously receive what other infinite beings on this call know about your health condition that would allow it to change. And then simultaneously gift and receive that information. Simultaneously gift and receive. And if there's any more information, just simultaneously gift and receive. Hmm. Nice. Whoa! So thank you, everyone, for sharing that. It's one of those ones is because each of our infinite beings knows something that is so valuable that if we can share it with other people, it starts to change everything. Whew. Yeah. So are there some questions, or does people have some comments that have been coming up for them during this call? Or do I have everybody a little bit blissed out with all this change we've been doing?
Max, how about something like hair loss, for example?
What was that? What do you want? Something like
hair loss?
Oh, hair loss? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So the other part that is kind of interesting and it's counterintuitive is when we make something wrong or really upset with something, it's really hard to change it. So everything that brought up and let down, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
I choose
Yes,
that.
I
Yes.
choose
Yeah.
that.
Woo, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And so one of the things that we talk about is not being in acceptance of whatever health concern we have, but being an allowance that that's what we have at the moment. Okay, so yeah. So everywhere you don't even want to be an allowance of this health concern because you just want it gone. Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And for all of you that had a no around that, everything that locks that no in place, preventing you from having any choice to decide either way, do you choose to destroy and then create, everything that locks that no in place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I choose that. Ooh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh, dissipate, 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 release, release, release. Yeah, and I get that that's really big because it's like, we don't even, for a health concern that's really impacting our lives, we don't even want to be in allowance of that because we just want it gone. We want all these things to change. So, but if we can kind of step out of that a little bit, step out of it being wrong, we can have more access to change it. So anything preventing you from having more access to change whatever health concern you have, do you choose to destroy and then create everything that prevents you from having access to change it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I choose
I
that.
choose that. Ooh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh. Yeah, and the other part is like all the significance we bought around our health concern from everybody else. Ooh.
Wow.
Do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose
That, yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. And then the other part we didn't really talk about is how we pick up other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and potentially even illnesses. So it's one of those things that we're these really aware beings, and we pick up information from other people. We pick up other people's thoughts, emotions, and things, and we often don't really notice that we're doing it because those thoughts and feelings and emotions feel like they're coming from inside our head. And the other part is we're extra sensitive to people who are in the same emotional or physical state that we are. So it's one of those things. So everywhere that you're not only feeling your symptoms and your emotions around your health condition, but you're also picking up to other people that have similar physical symptoms or similar emotional sensations. Whew. Do you choose to destroy and then create all of the other people's ones that you are picking up on and deciding that they're yours?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes,
I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Ooh, wowza. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, wow. And that's one of those ones is like, so a lot of times when we're having those really bad days, we're super tapping into other people that are having those bad days. So one thing that I was doing is clearing everywhere that I'm picking up on other people's. Oh wow! So let's just do that one. So everywhere you're picking up on other people's bad days. Ooh, wowza! Ooh, ooh! You choose to create all that.
Yeah.
Choose it.
Do that.
Ooh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo, woo! Golly, yeah. And so all the bad days that you've been having, do you choose to destroy and then create everything you've decided around having those bad days?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo! Dissipate, dissipate, dissipate. Release, release, release. Discharge, discharge, discharge. Drain and flush. Ooh.
That was powerful.
Wowza. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the other part that I just wanted to, this is, you can see what kind of stuff we're clearing when we're clearing around health issues and how much change we've had in this, I think it's 50 minutes or so. So what I'm doing is I'm teaching a 4-part webinar, continuing these clearings around health and wellness and communication and communion with our bodies, because that's one of the ones too that's really big around changing health concerns. So that's going to be over the next 4 weeks. And let me just pull up the hang on. So see if I can do that easily. Yeah, and so so it's basically a continuation of what we started today. And it's really talking about how we can do all these things to start speeding our body's natural healings. And so we talked about quite a bit of these ones in this particular webinar, but we're going to go deeper into it. So one is having more energy for you and having more energy for your healing. And how have more freedom being you in the world. Because that's one of the ones too, is when we don't feel comfortable, we feel like we're isolated, that reduces our body's healing capacities. Where your connection to you and your body are being messed with. So that's one of the things we often make our bodies wrong for not giving us information about bodies, or we think our bodies are not good bodies. There's a lot of miscommunication between your body and your being, and there's a big chunk of that is other things that are messing with your communication. Oh, yeah. So everything I just brought up, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And then we're going to be talking about the forces that are limiting you in your healing. And I look at the full range of energetic forces. That's everywhere from a friend, your family, society, all the way to, the weird energetic entities and that sort of thing. And then actually how to re-love your body and reclaim your full communion with your body. Our bodies are these such amazing beings. And when we haven't been having the best relationship with them, it's really tough. Because it's like, you know how hard it is when you have an upset with your best friend. You can't call them, you can't talk to them, you want to see them, but you really don't. And when we have a upset with our bodies, it's even worse than having an upset with our best friend because our bodies are always there with us. So everything that brought up for everybody, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose
Yes, I choose
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And the other part, it's easy to go into making yourself wrong for being upset with your body. But a lot of that is actually just miscommunication or manipulated communication between you and your body. So, yeah, so everywhere you've been making yourself wrong for not loving your body or not having the relationship you would like with your body, do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes.
I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And in this course, I have a bunch of bonuses, or I guess I have 2 bonuses for you, but they almost pay for the price of the course. So the first is the Speeding Your Body's Healing audio. And this is an audio I've been wanting to make for a year. And then when I was really sick, I was going, why didn't I make this before? Because I really need it now. And this audio represents much of my knowledge around healing and puts together in one place almost all the clearings I use for clearing body issues. And it contains like 1 1/3 hours of pretty much nothing but energetic clearings. And it's one of these ones where when I'm having a health issue, I'll put it on and just leave it running constantly until I start feeling better. And then one of the things that doesn't often happen on these live call or webinar calls is you getting some one-on-one time with the host, in this case, me. So I'm offering a 20-minute one-on-one session with me, so you can ask me any like personal things that you didn't quite feel like right bringing them up on the call, or anything else related to your life. It doesn't even have to be related to healing. And so those two bonuses together are $160. And the entire webinar, the 4-part webinar, is $197. And it's going to be so the first one's going to be next Thursday. And then the following ones will be on the 3 Tuesdays after that. And yeah, I would certainly love to have you guys join me on that so we can change even more around healing and our relationship with our bodies. Let's see, I can pop out. Let me pop in the web address for that. Is that body healing? And okay. Yeah. Let's see. So first I can ask, does anybody have any questions about the course I'm offering?
Yeah, I do, Max.
Yeah, Chris. Mm-hmm.
There going to be recordings of each call.
Yes.
That will go out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is there going to be a recording of this call available?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And I'll be sending that out probably just a little bit later today.
Cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, cool. And so if anyone has any questions about that, if it's right for you, you can reach out to me on my email or Facebook Messenger or anything like that. And any other just general questions about health or the call or anything I brought up that you're kind of going, oh, I'm kind of confused about that. Maybe that's where we could start. Yeah, was there anything I brought up on the call that was kind of confusing or weird?
No, but could we actually clear about the medical labeling of diseases or whatever?
No, not that. That's big. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Okay. So everything that's defined in the medical label that has been placed on your condition. Woo. Ollie. Whoa. Woo. Whoa. Do you choose to destroy and then create everything that is?
Yes.
Woo. Wowza. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Yeah, man. So everywhere that the medical label disempowered you and slowed your healing, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
I choose that,
Yes,
yeah.
Woo. I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. So the part that I play with is to use everything to your advantage. So if something's told to you that's not to your advantage, is to not use it. And the thing about medical labels is they're usually disempowering, not always. So it's one of those things is like we probably all chatted with people where somebody said something like, oh, I was diagnosed with ADD, so now that explains everything. So I'm not completely messed up. So there are people that sometimes a medical diagnosis can help that out. But then there are other people, even with the same diagnosis, that it disempowers them. It's like, oh, I have ADD, I'm going to be messed up for my entire life. So if the medical diagnosis empowers you, use it. And if disempowers you, don't use it. So everything that brought up and let down, destroy and then create all that.
Yes, I choose that.
Ooh, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo. Yeah. Woo.
After having worked in the medical field for years and years,
Uh-huh.
people have used doctors as their god sort of thing.
Mhm.
You know, whatever they say,
Yeah.
they get. So I've been doing, like, just because they say it does not mean to
Yeah.
be.
And actually, what's interesting, what I didn't say, is that the healing audio, if you don't choose to join the course, you can actually just purchase the healing audio by itself. But that is one of the ones that I have in there. So everywhere you bought, so everywhere when you went to a doctor, they either verbally or energetically said, you have to trust me and you have to believe me for me to help you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yeah.
Ugh. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And everywhere that you so wanted to change your condition, that you were willing to trust anybody, you were willing to do anything, even things that you knew would not work.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. You choose to destroy and then create all that.
Yeah.
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 I
Vaporize,
choose
liquefy,
that.
vaporize, liquefy. And then everywhere you blamed yourself for not getting better after you tried something that you even knew it wasn't going to work, but you blamed yourself for not getting better.
And you spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everything that is, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I choose it.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, we kind of got two things in there. So let me redo that one. Yeah. So everywhere you blamed yourself for not getting better, even though you knew the cure was not going to work. Ooh, there we go. Ooh. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And I don't even want to bring this one up, but everywhere your medical condition has cost you so much money and so much time. Ooh, and pain and discomfort. Ooh. Do we choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that stuff go?
Yes, I choose that.
Ooh, wowza. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and everywhere you bought from other healers and other empowerment people that if you're not getting over your condition, it's your fault. That you're not spiritual enough. You don't believe enough. Ooh. Do you destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
I choose that. Yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. Woo. Woo. Yeah. So everywhere you're making yourself wrong for not being able to change this, you choose to destroy and then create all that. Ooh.
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. So that's one thing that also that I never do is never say it's your fault, because it's not. There are things that have been put in place that prevent you from changing it. And do I know that you can change it? Almost everything I know that you're going to be able to change. But just because you can change it doesn't mean that you can change it now. There can be other things that we have to get at. So I think that's the place that other healers kind of mess with people. It's just like, well, you could change this. Well, yeah, but there are all these things that we have to change beforehand. So yeah, so everything that brought up, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And the same part is what somebody's telling you is not empowering you. Even if something I say is not empowering with you, call me on it or don't use it. Whatever is going to work best for you. Because most likely if I'm saying something that doesn't feel like it's empowering you, either I'm explaining it in a way that doesn't quite work, or there's something else behind it, because my goal is to always empower you. So there's never a time when I'm going to make you wrong. So if it seems like that, or it seems like I'm saying something that's disempowering, we should probably talk about it, because that's not the way I look at it.
So if we are a healer for a long time, and you have, so I don't know, do you just use interesting point of view with heal thyself?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. So all the implants, explants, Wernicke commands, booby traps that are hidden in that phrase. Oof. Do you choose to destroy, then create all that?
Yes.
Yes, I,
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo.
wow.
Yeah, and that's one of these things is there's like all these phrases that we just like use that we picked up at certain times that are can be very disempowering, and there's hidden stuff inside it to control and lock us down. So once again is, I have this other part. I did another webinar which was claiming the powerful you. And what I was really getting is that society, people who are in control, do not want kind, caring, powerful people in the world because that completely changed society. And so one of the best ways to keep people down is to make healers always heal other people. And there's also, if you're a healer, there are these blocks that have been built into the healing paradigm that you cannot use your magic, you cannot use your healing abilities on you until everybody else in the world is healed.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So everything that brought up, do you choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So all the oaths, vows, familialties, communalities, swearings, bindings, bondings, hexes, and curses that you made or you agreed to, that you couldn't use your healing powers for you until everyone else was healed. Do you choose to now destroy and create all those?
Yes.
Yes. Choose that.
Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and then create, make null and void, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. You're a free will being in a free will body. You're a free will being in a free will universe. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whew. Yeah, because the thing is like being a healer is an amazing gift. And even most of us who believe it's an amazing gift, there are a lot of big chunks about like it's not a benefit, and one of the things, one of my goals in the work I do is to remove all that crap so that being a healer is one of the most fun, enjoyable things to be. So anything preventing being a healer from being fun and enjoyable, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. And for everybody out who's on this call that thinks they're not a healer, if you're a kind, caring person, it's 98% chance that you're a healer. Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, some people are getting that because you are. Yeah. And so those were great questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let's see. Okay. If there's anything else around that. Okay. And so everything that you bought around what being a healer means and how you had to heal and the cost. Ooh, fuck. Everywhere there's always a cost to healing. Whoa. Wow. Woo. Do you choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Woo. Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and then create, make null and void, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo.
Max, I have a question. I mean,
Yeah.
I have something I'd like to do healing on, which is the feeling of not knowing what your condition is.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so everything that brings up, do you choose just to let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and everywhere you've decided that if you could only had a diagnosis for this condition, you could change it. Do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and everything you bought from the medical profession that they had no idea what was going on, so they had no idea how to treat you. So you bought that there's no idea how to treat you, there's no cure, there's no method that you can move through this. Ooh, golly. Woo! Do you choose to destroy and then create, release, and let all that go?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and everywhere that you can't move on until you know what this is, do you choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and then the other part, this is for everybody, but it's also for you, is where is everywhere that if you could instantly change this, and you did, that would make all your suffering, all your pain worthless?
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, I didn't quite say that right, but we got the energy. So everything that is, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah. So everywhere you decided that if you instantly change this condition, that would make all the years, times that you lived with the condition meaningless or not worthless. There, I'm not grabbing the right words. But basically it means that, you did it for nothing. You suffered for nothing. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So everywhere you decided that if you change this condition instantly now, that means that all those years of suffering, I forgot. I keep forgetting that word. What was that? What did they say it was?
I don't know.
Suffered for nothing, suffering in vain.
Meaningless.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that. Meaningless, worthless.
A waste of time.
Was a waste. Yeah. Wow, interesting. So I'll have to read the recording and see that. Yeah. So everywhere you decide, if you instantly change your condition, that means that the years of suffering were meaningless,
for nothing.
worthless. We're unneeded.
For nothing?
To destroy and then create all of that.
Yes, I choose
Yeah, I
that.
choose that.
Yes,
Ooh,
I choose
vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Oh, yeah, I'll have to look that one up, and I'll include that in the recording around that, because it's one of those ones too. Is, because when we're in this place about, if we kind of think if we could instantly change it now, that kind of meant we could have instantly changed it before, and that means that all those years of suffering we didn't have to do. So that can also lock something in, because we don't want to make that suffering meaningless, or worthless. So everything that brought up and let down, do we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Woo! And all the truths you bought with lies included, and all the lies you bought with truths included around your medical condition, do you choose to destroy and create everywhere that the lies and truths and lies got inculcated? The same thing.
Yes.
Yes, I choose
Yeah,
that.
I choose that. Woo! Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Whoa. Woo! Wowza. Oh.
Hey, Max,
Yeah.
I have one.
Okay, you need to talk up just a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I'm going to turn my volume up, but talk a little if you can.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah,
Okay, so for example, my son has diabetes type 1, and one of the things that I'm thinking about is how do I explain it if we change that? Because it's supposed to be something that can't be changed. Like, medically, they say it's forever. So how would I explain that if we changed it?
Cool. Awesome. Yep. So everywhere that we don't want to stand out by instantly changing a medical condition that is not changeable, do we choose to destroy and then create all that?
Yes, I choose that.
Choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And so the part that I would just play in is, so if we did change it, and someone said, "How did you change it?" I go, "I don't know. It was a miracle." So what if we can just have fun with that? Or the same thing as if you're religious, and your family's religious, you could say, hey, it was an act of God. We asked a prayer and God answered it. So what if we don't?
Awesome.
Yeah. And the thing is like often people we often give people more information than they really need. So one of my friends says, for example, no is a complete sentence. So the same sort of thing is like we said so if we're trying to explain how somebody or how we changed the medical condition, if we said, oh, well, there's this, well, I guess that was like, I might want that. I might say, hey, well, there's this guy Max on the internet and he helped me change it. But a lot of people can't receive that. So what we can do is we can just let them know what works for them. So like I was saying, if you have a religious family, I would say, yeah, once again, it's an act of God, and which is actually true, because from the religious point of view, God is everywhere and God creates all. You know, or if you're doing with different people, you could say, you know, however it works. And cool. Let's see, anybody else? Probably have time for one more question. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, like I said, so if anyone has any more little questions, you know, please send me a little email or a Facebook message. And I look forward to have you join on the class, because we're going to be going over a lot of this stuff. I'll be answering more of those questions you have. I'll have time on each of the calls for questions and answers. And all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Max.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Max.